Richard is in Bournemouth. Richard, good evening. What's your question?
Oh, good evening. I've got a question for you. I'm actually being taken to court at the moment because I've done a chargeback, which was successful, and the company I've done a chargeback with has now decided to take us to court. So the background behind the whole thing is it started...
just to explain, sorry, Richard, just to explain to people, a chargeback is where you buy something on a debit card and you complain to your bank that all is not as it should be, and the bank refunds you and takes the money back from the seller.
On the credit card, yeah.
If it's a credit card, it's not a chargeback. It's a Section 75 claim.
Right, okay. But that's what I did. It was on a credit card.
Okay.
Okay, so it's a Section 75 claim. So basically what I had just before lockdown, last year, the original lockdown in March 2020, we had some kitchen worktops fitted. And we paid, the total price of it was $4,500. And we paid half of it via bank transfer and half of it via credit card. Because they had to make the worktop, so that was the first half. And when they actually fitted it, before they actually fitted it on the day, we paid the balance on the credit card. And we had to be out of the house because it was just as lockdown was happening. And when they left, we looked at it and we decided we didn't like what they'd done. So we complained to them, and we complained on the phone, we complained on the emails. And eventually we got an email from them saying, we're not too sure whether we can resolve it because we may not have a business anymore. This went on for quite a few months. And at that point, we decided to contact the credit card company and explain to them the situation. And we went through the whole process with them and followed their guidelines, basically. And we got our money back from the credit card company.
All of it?
We got the 50% that we paid via the credit card.
Wow, and you still had your kitchen surface?
It was still there. It's still there. But then we had another company. Once we had the money back, we had another company come round and resolve the issues for about the same sort of money.
Fine. So I'm jumping ahead here, Richard, but I'm guessing using my miraculous Sherlock Holmes power of deductions that the original kitchen company has said to you, you know what, the credit card company forced us to give you the money back because the credit card company will take the money off the kitchen company when they give it to you. You were wrong to complain about the worktop we installed. We're suing you for the money. Is that the issue?
That's effectively, and we've got a preliminary hearing in a few weeks' time because we went through the court. We've gone through, had a discussion with arbitration, which we couldn't settle on, and then because we don't feel like we owe them anything, so we've got a preliminary hearing in a few weeks' time.
Okay, what's your question? When you say preliminary hearing, is it to discuss case management, to discuss the way the case is?
Well, we just had a notice through because they're taking us to court. It's from the county court.
Right. What's your question for me? What's your question for me, Richard?
The question is, do we actually owe them money because it was the bank that has taken the money, not us, from them? So I don't think they've got a claim against us at all.
Well, I'm afraid they have. It'll all depend on whether the work that they did was of satisfactory quality and fit for its purpose. Because if it was, then you were wrong to complain to the credit card company that it wasn't fit for its purpose and of satisfactory quality.
We provide all the evidence for the credit card company. It wasn't.
Well, the credit card company isn't a judge. The credit card company tends, not always, but tends to come down in favour of the consumer in these situations. Right. But what matters is whether a judge thinks that the installation was of satisfactory quality and fit for its purpose, not whether the 24-year-old case handler who's massively overworked with hundreds of cases at the credit card company thinks it was fit for purpose. So a judge is going to have to look at what happened, decide whether it was the work that was done was of satisfactory quality. If the judge agrees with you that it wasn't, then you won't have to repay the money. But if a judge thinks the work was of satisfactory quality and you are unfairly complaining, then you will have to pay back the money because the installation company has done what it promised to do in its contract with you. Does that make sense?
And even that, but even though they spent months and months and didn't answer our queries, and so we had to resolve it somewhere else.
Bear in mind, to get to the point we're talking about, a judge will have decided that they did the work correctly. So the fact they didn't spend days and weeks and months engaging in correspondence with you doesn't really matter if a judge has found they did the work correctly.
Right. Okay.
Richard, good luck with that, because I can tell it's very, very stressful. But if another company repaired it and you get a report from that second company saying what was wrong with it first time round, that will stand you in very good stead.
Well, we had to provide that to the credit card company in the first place.
Great. And if you show that to the judge and it's as persuasive as it was to the credit card company, you'll be absolutely fine.
Right, okay.
Richard, good luck, because court cases are stressful, and when you're in an unfamiliar environment with anything, it can cause a lot of anxiety, but it sounds like you're handling it really well and doing all of the right things.